Hi, my name is Dr. Jonathan Huber. I'm one of the partner surgeons at Toronto Hair Transplant Surgeons, and I'm coming at you today with another explainer. This time, what is the difference between an FUT surgery and an FUE surgery? Now, I know this might seem like a very basic question, but it's a question that patients still ask me every single day. So I thought I'd take a couple of minutes to give you the basics about what the differences are. Now, before we get into that, I want to make one thing really clear. There's no such thing as one surgery being inherently better than the other. It's really important to understand that one type of surgery might be better or worse for any given patient. So if you ever get some advice about a hair transplant or see a hair transplant surgeon and they tell you that one surgery is definitely better than the other, that might be a bit of a red flag that might make you think they're thinking more about their approach rather than what's right for you. Now, let's get into what the differences are. In both cases, the purpose of a hair transplant surgery is to move hair from your donor area. So that's the area where you have lots of hair at the sides and back of your head, and move it to a place where you need more hair, usually at the front or top or crown of your head. For more information about the basics of what a hair transplant is, we've got a video about that, which we'll link down below. Now, the surgery that we do more often these days by far is the FUE surgery, or the Follicular Unit Excision surgery. Sometimes you might see this referred to as Follicular Unit Extraction. In this surgery, what we're doing is we're taking follicles from your donor area one at a time, usually using a round punch. Each follicle is extracted individually, collected, and then moved to the area of thinning where you need it more. The advantages of this surgery is that it doesn't leave a long linear scar in the back of your head. It does leave scars though, so if anybody ever tells you that this is a scarless surgery, that's just wrong. It does leave scars. The scars are usually really small, less than 1 millimeter in diameter. And when done properly, they're distributed in such a way that they're not noticeable to the naked eye, especially if you've got a few millimeters of hair along your donor area. The disadvantage of this surgery is that for most people, you have to shave your donor area. In some cases, we can avoid shaving. Usually these are smaller surgeries, but most people requiring an FUE surgery will require that at least their donor area be shaved. In contrast, we have the FUT surgery. This stands for Follicular Unit Transplant. And this is the original hair transplant, and it's still a great surgical method for a lot of people. In this surgery, what we're doing is we're actually cutting out or dissecting a piece of your skin from the sides and back of your donor area. This surgery is best for people who don't want to shave their heads, who can't shave their heads, or who have a small donor area in which we would not be able to harvest a lot of grafts by the FUE method. So even with a narrow donor area, as long as you have a lot of hair in that narrow space, we can cut out a portion of that donor area, dissect it into thousands of follicles, and plant them where you need them most. The disadvantage of this surgery is that it does leave a linear scar in the surgical area. Now, as long as you keep your hair about 1 centimeter long, you'll never see this scar. But for some people who might want to have a little more flexibility in how they wear their hair in their donor area, the FUT surgery might not be the right surgery for them. These days, we mostly reserve FUT surgeries for people with limited donor areas who need a lot of grafts at the same time, or for people who really don't or can't shave their heads. And that might include women, for example. So that's the basics. Now you know the basic differences between an FUT surgery and an FUE surgery. Of course, there's a lot of nuance, a lot of individual differences why one surgery might be right for one person and not another. So if you'd ever like to know which surgery is right for you, please visit our website at www.torontohairtransplant.com, and I'd be happy to help you decide which one is right for you. This content and you want to see more of this type of thing from experts such as myself who are most interested in doing what's right for you, please like this video, subscribe, or comment below so that we know you want to see more of this.